Virgo, welcome to Social Dragonfly Tarot. My name is Eddie. If you don't know already, this is a timeless general reading for the sign of Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Pick a planet, pick a node, pick a house. You're going to know how it resonates for you. This is the Know Thyself reading. This is intended to be a shadow work reading. So this reading is going to help you see the areas that of your own energy where you may be holding yourself back, sabotaging yourself, or the areas that you might need to still be doing some work on. This reading is intended to shed light and bring awareness to those aspects of yourself that you may not be seeing are actually holding you back, those tendencies, thought processes, programs, choices, those types of things. And it is my intention to help you grow and change to be the best version of yourself. In the event that you have a fragile or wounded ego, or you get offended very easily, you need to click off now. If you are looking for all positive messages, rainbows and butterflies, and looking for a reader to tell you that your ex is going to come back and that the sun will be shining out your asshole all the time, then, you know, this is not the reading for you. I'm just telling you right now. Okay? Go ahead and click off now. So this is a shadow work reading for you, right? To help you know yourself better. Okay, Virgo? All right, so we're going to start with a shadow work oracle, and then towards the end of the reading, we will pull from the Mood Crystals deck to see what crystals Spirit will recommend that you work with to navigate these energies. Okay. Virgo. One more. Y'all hear my baby, my 2-year-old. All right, Spirit. Virgo, please. Dissociation and indifference. And we have lies and illusions at the bottom of the deck. That almost looks like a selenite with crystal chips or something like that. That's what that looks like. Anyway. Okay, so we have dissociation for Virgo. Dissociation and indifference. Fear often causes us to hide and to withdraw from life. We do not want to be hurt again, so we dissociate. We detach from people or experiences that can be vital for our growth. Sometimes when we are overwhelmed and stressed, we protect ourselves from the overload of our nervous system by closing off our heart. This may protect us from pain, but it also prevents us from feeling love, joy, and positive emotions. An apparent indifference often masks a sensitive heart. Ask yourself, do I often shut off my heart and dissociate? Why? What am I afraid of? What am I avoiding? What doors may I be closing in my life by doing so? The affirmation for this energy is, I am strong and able to participate fully in everything life brings my way. I deal with my fears and learn to be open to all life experiences. I do it with love and courage. Okay, so let's check this out here. I've been using this deck I really like how it has the chakra correspondences on it and the planetary and astrological correspondences on it. There are like a lot of grammatical and spelling errors and stuff like that, and I also don't really agree with a lot of the meanings. But I mean, I've been using these for so long anyway, so the regular Rider-Waite, it's not like I don't know the meanings of the cards, but okay. Okay, so the Fool wanted to flip out, but I wasn't asking anything in particular. The Fool is an energy of I don't care. I just heard I don't care. But the thing is, I feel like you do care. Okay? The whole idea of I don't care, right? It's just you trying to dissociate and act like you don't care so you're not going to get hurt. All right, tell me what the situation is, the general situation for Virgo, please, here. All right. So the Empress in reverse with the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so first and foremost, we do have heart chakra energy here. So your heart is definitely closed off, okay? What I get from this is you're tired of learning lessons. You're tired of learning lessons. I feel like there's individuals that did not see your worth, caused you to feel less than, okay? They did not see the true loving, nurturing energy that you brought to the table. Excuse me. And whatever this betrayal was, whatever this pain was, whatever this hurt was that you felt in the past, it's caused you to embody an energy of, I almost want to say like cockiness or defensiveness, okay? You're suspicious, you have your guard up, and we have pride here at the bottom of this deck, okay? And pride is often, whenever it's like an energy of like, pride is often an energy that masks other emotions like insecurity or fear, okay? Sometimes you could even say that when someone's prideful, they come off as conceited. Now, I'm not saying that you're coming off as conceited, but we do have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse here, okay? And the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse can be kind of cocky or arrogant, all right? And with the Empress in the reverse here, paired with this energy, this is telling me that you might have some sort of like, you might be coming off or trying to portray like you don't give a fuck and you don't have any care about what other people think of you, and like you're really guarded, and you are like, you're really guarded, and you're like always on the you're always ready to defend yourself type thing, but it's actually masking a deep sense of pain and insecurity and feeling deficient is what I'm getting here. So it's like you're acting like you don't care. You're fluffing yourself up where you're like, you know, I'm big and I'm bad and I can protect myself and I'm fierce and I'm, you know, like you think that what it is I feel like you think that you're the Empress, but deep down you feel like the Empress in reverse, you know. And that's not that like you don't have a lot to be proud of. It's not that you don't have a lot to offer, a lot to bring to the table, a lot of potential for growth. But I feel like you putting up this, the Nine of Wands, like putting up this like, it's a wounded warrior energy. It's Chiron, okay? Putting up this front like you don't give a fuck, like you don't think about what other people think about you, like you don't care. It's actually pushing people away. It's sending out a signal of like, I'm afraid. It's like you're broadcasting this loud ass energy of like, you know, I'm afraid. I don't think I'm good enough. You know, nobody come near me because I can't stand for anyone to tell me that I'm not good enough again. Okay. And so this is a big wall that I'm getting. This is a really big wall here. But it really stems from you feeling like you were undervalued, and you're questioning your own value, your own self-value and security within your own self, right? Because of how badly you were hurt, right? And this could have even been a rejection. This could even be an issue with your mother, right? Stemming from your mother. And what it is you had to survive. It's only a means of survival. To survive, you were forced to put on this front of, I don't give a fuck what that person thinks. Fine. I don't care what they think. But in reality, like, I'm going to be honest with you. Deep down, when most people are like, yeah, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. That's not true. 98% of the time, that's a fucking front for insecurity and people acting like they don't care. Like, you know, if you really stop and look at the thoughts that you're having, if you take one day, 24 hours, and you actually just sit there and examine the thoughts that you're having throughout one day. And I mean, I've really done that. I've given this example a couple of times for the readings that I've been doing. But like what I do is I have a little notebook like this, right? And I got it from Target, and it was like 4 of them for $1 or something like that. And I keep a pen on me, and I write down the thoughts that I'm having that are negative, or any thought that I have where I'm worrying about what someone else, like I'm thinking what someone else is thinking. Okay? Because there's like a hypervigilance here that I'm picking up on with you, where you're thinking what someone else is thinking. You act like you don't. Here's the thing, Virgo. If you're like triggered already, 10 minutes into this reading, if you're triggered already and you're saying, that's not me, I don't give a fuck what people think, I really am secure with myself and I don't care what people think. Okay, well, ask yourself how many times a day, right? Pay attention to how many times a day you can go through 24 hours in one day. How many times did you have a thought where you were trying to think what someone else was thinking? If you were thinking what someone else was thinking, that means that you are activating the RTJP, which is the right temporal junction parietal lobe part of your brain, which it develops at a young age. Then that means that you do care what other people are thinking. All right? Now, some people, they really do believe that. I mean, I've had people come up in my readings. I've been through this shit. Sometimes my RTJP still is active, and it's because of a means of survival. Especially if you grew up in a home life where you had like a toxic parent or someone who wasn't nurturing to you, or you had to survive in that environment, the toxic environment. You had to think what the other person was thinking to predict any type of attack or abuse that could be coming your way before it happened. Yeah, I feel like I wasn't asking anything, so I'm going to put that back, but I feel like you are going to realize how much you have a wall up, even within yourself, to where you're not allowing yourself to see that there is an instability here. Instability, for sure. Okay? All right. What is the challenge here, please? The challenge. Sorry if y'all hear my stomach. I just had dinner. I had a Greek salad, and my stomach is all gross. It's all rumbling. What's the challenge here for Virgo, please? The 6 of Cups. Yeah. The challenge is the programs that you have and the patterns that you have from your past. Okay, inner child healing, inner child wounding. Okay. And the thing is that this is a need for connection. This is a need for support. A need to share your heart. This is more heart chakra energy. Scorpio energy, transformation. You have a heart and a soul that is pure. There's an innocence to your energy. Like some of y'all come off like real big and bad, like y'all of this, but that's not even you. It's a front that you put on. I used to do that. I used to come off like I was like this person who would fight people when I was in like middle school and high school, and like, fuck you, I don't care, I'll fight you, I don't give a fuck, but in like big and bad, like, you gotta shut the fuck up or I'm gonna slap the shit out of you type shit. It was just violent and just arrogant, and my energy was just terrible. But the thing that was the only way that I knew how to survive. First of all, I saw my mother model that behavior to me, right? And we tend to repeat what we've seen. Our programs are formed, our mental and subconscious programs are formed by our environment from the first 7 years of our life. So for me, it was a means of protection. It was the only way I knew how to survive, was to just walk around acting like I was this badass, when in reality, I don't like to fight, bitch, I'm too pretty to fight. And not only that, okay, that's me now. Not only that, but I don't want to hurt anybody. I'm kind and loving and graceful, and I would rather talk something out. And I know now that there are going to be people that will never be able to understand where I'm coming from, because it's just, they're just not matching my frequency. They're never going to be able to understand me. So I'm not going to fucking argue with them. I'm not going to fight with them, and I'm not going to try to prove my point, and I'm not going to try to prove my dominance or prove that I'm tougher than them, because my strength and my security and my stability comes from within me. So I don't need to puff myself up and put on that front, okay? So the challenge here is healing those childhood patterns and allowing your heart, your softness, right? Your innocence, your need for connection, even divine feminine energy, because you got a lot of feminine energy here. Allowing your divine feminine energy to shine through. Because here's the thing, if you don't feel secure, if your divine feminine energy, if you don't have a masculine energy, if you weren't modeled a masculine energy that protected and provided and held space for you to truly be in your feminine energy, you're truly to embody your divine masculine or divine feminine, excuse me, we all have both energies, then what's going to happen is you're going to dial down your divine feminine energy and you're going to overdo it with the masculine energy, and it's going to come off as a distorted masculine energy, right? It's like, that's what I'm getting. Like, someone here needs to work on their, and I'm not, even if you're like, you know, you identify as a man or, you know, use the pronouns he and whatever, okay? Gender doesn't matter. Everyone has divine masculine, divine feminine energies. If you're trying to come off as tough, if you're trying to come off as fuck you, I don't care, not emotionally invested, your heart's closed off. You're not even allowing yourself to be open to receive any type of love. Not only can you not give love properly, but you can't receive love. Divine feminine energy is receptive energy, and you got your heart and your emotions, both of your centers for your emotions, your sacral and your heart, are completely closed off. The challenge is opening it up and allowing yourself to receive support, receive love. Allowing yourself to show that kind, innocent, playful, or simplistic inner child that wants to shine through, okay? What energy does my Virgos need to release, please? Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles that you need to release. This is solar plexus energy. You have a repeating mental pattern of victimization that I'm seeing here. The Eight of Swords can talk about victimization. Feeling disempowered, right? Because both of these are the solar plexus chakra. It's your center for power. This is your energy here. The Eight of Pentacles is your energy here. It's Sun in Virgo. So the Sun does represent the ego, okay? It represents the conscious mind. And in your conscious mind, you're not seeing, because she's got a blindfold on here with the Eight of Swords, you're not seeing that you focused so much. You know what? I've got another reading, Virgo, for you that if you want to watch on my channel. I look at my Virgo playlist. It's called the People Are Dicks program, right? This is the same energy I'm looking at, almost identical to that reading, okay? And this is about anxiety. This is about expecting the worst and learned helplessness and hopelessness and feeling completely powerless. And your ego is so wounded. Your ego is so, like, your ego's job is to protect yourself, right? In this reality. The ego's not all bad. We shouldn't demonize ourselves. But the ego, you know, its job is to protect you by thinking of what negative things could happen first before they happen. But by doing that repetitively, you're only attracting more of the negativity and more people, places, circumstances, situations, and things to victimize you. You need to go watch that other reading. It's called the People Are Dicks program. Virgo reading, the People Are Dicks program. I swear to God, you will really, really benefit from it. See, and think about a children. The challenge here is for you to embody the Six of Cups, this childlike energy, this innocent energy. And think about a child, right? They're kind of naive. They don't think the worst of everybody. You know, and it's easier to take advantage of a child, right? Obviously, because they don't have that negative experience to expect the worst. They haven't had that negativity. They don't automatically assume the worst is going to happen because they're innocent and their heart is completely open, right? That's the challenge. Like, I'm not saying you need to go out here and be naive and just let people take fucking advantage of you, okay? But you're missing a lot of opportunities and you're not able to receive love because of these blockages, you being so cut off, right? and coming off as this like indifferent, dissociated, I don't give a fuck, I'm hard, I have a hard outer shell type of person, because you're expecting the worst, because in your mind, you're a victim. Now, some of you guys are like, well, I don't think I'm a victim. Well, the energy's here. So, and I'm not making it up, okay? 8 of Swords says right there, victimized. If it will fucking work. I don't know why it's not working, but whatever. It says right there, victimized. You can look it up if you want to figure it out. Okay, but this is a victim mentality. This is feeling like you're trapped and, trapped by negative thoughts and like you can't get out. But you can. It's just work that needs to be done here with the 8 of Pentacles on the thoughts that you repetitively think. 8 of Pentacles is repetition, okay? You need to become aware and have a focus and step back into your willpower, back into your power in terms of just becoming aware of the thoughts that you're thinking. Like, how often do you walk down the street and it's like, this is just an example, but do you like, whenever you walk down the street and you're like, oh, I see a person over there, so I'm gonna go this way instead of that way because I don't want to be near that person because people are dicks and, they might hurt me or something. If you're automatically avoiding people, dissociating from people, separating yourself from people in situations that you think could possibly hurt you, shrinking yourself, okay? See this light from this candle here? What happens if I make that light more dim? The darkness will grow, right? Because the less light there is, the more the darkness will seem to come towards that light. Because that light is shrinking itself. So every time that this is the light. They want you to embrace the light of innocence, an open heart, positivity, positive memories. Okay? Goodwill, support, sharing, opening up. And, if you're not willing to do that, every time you don't choose this energy and you choose to shrink yourself, to dissociate, to say, I don't give a fuck, and lie to yourself about that, okay, what you're doing is you're shrinking your light. And when you shrink your light, you are inviting in these negative energies. You are inviting in negative energies to invade your energetic body. Okay? The avoidance, every time you avoid being hurt, whether you really see an opportunity for there to be hurt, whether it really is an opportunity for you to be hurt or not, every time you avoid it, by choosing to operate out of fear, you're giving your power away to the program, the people are dicks program. Okay? And the more that you send out that energy to the universe of people are dicks, people victimize me, people hurt me, people hurt me, people hurt me, people hurt me. All you're doing is you're telling the universe, oh, you want more people to hurt you? Okay, we'll send more people to hurt you. And then before you know it, since you've sent out that order to the universe, there's another soul out there that sticks their hand up that says, oh, I'll do it. I'll be a dick to you today. Since you believe people are dicks, I'll hurt you. I'll be a dick. Right? I know this energy way too well. By shutting out and shutting off your heart, you're shutting out all the positive energies that can come in as well. Yeah. It's a negative cycle. It's this negativity, and it's affecting your stability, okay? See, the devil is also addiction. So you can become addicted to your thoughts. You can become addicted to your thoughts. I think I explained this in that other reading too. People don't think about that. They think that addiction is just weed and alcohol. Well, I don't think you can get addicted to it. Whatever. That's a whole nother thing. People think that addiction is just hard drugs and alcohol and cigarettes and sex and all that, like food and no, baby. Every time you have a thought and you have an emotion, you release, your emotions are chemical. You release chemical peptides into your body every time you have an emotion. Okay? So whenever you do that, when you think the same thoughts, repetition, repetitive, same cycle, when you think the same thoughts, I'm a victim, people always hurt me, I can't allow anybody in, I've got to close myself off because I'm going to get hurt, I got to put a wall up. Every time you do that, you're releasing a chemical peptide into your body. And, if you try to change that and you try to let people in and you try to think positive, your body is going to crave that fix for those chemical peptides. And before you know it, even when there isn't something wrong, you might find yourself going off or flipping out or assuming that somebody was slighting you or talking shit or being disrespectful when they didn't mean that at all. They didn't mean that at all. Why? Because you have to look for it. You have to search for it, because you and your body and your brain is addicted to the chemical peptides of stress. You're addicted to the chemical peptides of fear. If you don't know about the chemical peptides, emotions, or chemicals and how mental programming and all of that works, you need to read some Dr. Joe Dispenza books. You need to go look him up. If you're not a reader, then baby, go look up on YouTube the interviews that he does. He explains the science of manifestation and the quantum law of attraction, and how your thoughts and your emotions repeated over a certain period of time and your body has and plays a role in manifesting your reality. There's an addiction. There's an addiction to negative thoughts here. There's an addiction to thoughts of people hurt me, people are dicks, I'm a victim. This is the same motherfucking energy, man, as that People Are Dicks program reading that I did for Virgo in the crystals. I think it's the crystal readings. I have playlists on my channel. Go look it up. I might link it to the end cue of this video. Anyway, what's the energy that Virgo needs to embody, please? Something new. They need you to embody the signs and synchronicities that you're getting from the universe. The universe is giving you brand new opportunities for something stable. You need to embody receiving and moving on from this powerlessness, because it's not satisfying you. It's not satisfying you. You've reached your limit. You know, the escapism here, like, I feel like it's a sense of escapism. This dissociation and indifference and saying, no, I don't give a fuck. That's a sense of escapism. Separating yourself emotionally. You're missing out on this opportunity. You need to release and let go and walk away from the escapism. Walk away from the powerlessness. So you have the solar plexus chakra again. This is leaving behind those emotional, mental patterns of withdrawing yourself emotionally. This is Saturn in Pisces. So Saturn might be transiting your, what rising sign would you be if Saturn's transiting like your 7th house? Or if Saturn is transiting your 11th house? I'm not really sure what rising sign you would be. Oh, fuck. So if Pisces was your 7th house... Bitch, I don't know. Okay, I'm not even trying to figure all that out. Pisces this might be the lesson that you're learning with this Saturn in Pisces transit, okay? The energy that you need to embody is embracing the newness, allowing yourself to start new relationships and leave behind all of these mental programs. Leave behind the disappointment. I feel like you're addicted to being disappointed with people. And I don't even think you realize it. New stability. Embrace new stability. Embrace a new manifestation. Because this is manifestation. Embrace a new manifestation. Allow yourself to let people in. Because, I feel like you're longing for community. All right. What is the guidance here, please? The guidance is the Knight of Wands in the reverse. This is arrogance. Heart chakra reversed. Okay, you're putting the I don't give a fuck. I don't need them. I don't need friends. I don't need love. I don't need connection with other people. Bitch, I don't need community. I've always been the black sheep in my family. I've always been alone. It's like black sheep syndrome. Like, Virgo, like, I get it. I kind of had the black sheep thing going on, right? I was different than the people in my family, and, I kind of felt a little bit rejected. And the work that I'm doing, the spiritual work that I'm doing, there's not a lot of other people that are in my family that are really doing that type of work that I'm doing. Maybe they are, I don't know. Trying to be humble here because I don't know how spirit is dealing with them, but I can tell you some of them I had to straight up cut off because I just can't deal with that bullshit. I was the one who was spiritual. I was the one who was able to see things from that type of spiritual perspective, and a lot of other people weren't. You know, I'm like really sensitive and gifted energetically and spiritually, you know, and that might be you, right? You might be the black sheep in your family. So, but what it did is it instilled a deep sense of rejection in you that made you feel so hurt and made you feel so less than, that you felt like the only way to survive is to continue to disassociate from other people by letting your ego convince you that the best way to protect yourself is to put yourself above or below someone else. Deep down inside, you might feel like you're below someone else, or shit, I don't know, you might actually feel like you are better than other people. But this is somebody who is arrogant, the Knight of Wands in the reverse. It's an arrogant perspective of, I don't need love, I don't need acceptance, I don't need community, I don't need connection, I don't need support, I can do this shit on my own, I don't need to receive love. But you're longing for that deep down inside. Your heart is cut off. Your heart space is cut off. You are longing for connection and community, but you're afraid to actually connect with other individuals. But some aspect of your success will require that. What is the action that Virgo needs to take? Other people are viewing you as arrogant right now, okay? And I don't think you understand that you come off that way. I don't think that you mean to come off that way. Leave the past behind. The action that you need to take is leave the past behind. Move on from this energy and open up your heart. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 heart chakra. We have 1, 2, 3 solar plexus. We have crown, and then we have a sacral. You need the action that you need to take is follow your heart, and your heart, whether you realize it or not, deep down is crying out for love, for acceptance, for community. Now, that doesn't mean you need to change yourself to be accepted, right? You don't need to do that. You don't need to change yourself to be accepted. But you have a brand new, stable, secure, abundant, prosperous opportunity for manifestation coming in here that you will miss out on if you continue to be in this arrogant energy of, I don't need love, I don't need friends, I'm done with friends. I'm done collaborating with people because they were fucking dicks. People are assholes. I'm done connecting with people. That is a very arrogant perspective because, like, listen, we all need connection. We all need that. We all need community. We all need a soul tribe. Maybe you don't have a connection with your family. Like, I don't really have that good of a connection with my family is my husband and my children. And I have my in-laws, but, you know, that's pretty much it. And, you know, like, I've got, well, you know, I have, like, 2 relatives of my own that are trustworthy that I can actually have in my life. Like, 2 of them, okay? But you need to end this cycle and learn a karmic lesson that has to do with having the discernment to know when you can open up. Because I think that you've given your pearls, you've cast your pearls upon swine more than enough times for you to just say, fuck it, I'm not giving the best parts of me to anybody else ever again. Okay? But really, in all honesty, you just need to develop discernment to know when to give your all, when to open up, when to share with other people, because you want this. You want to share with other people. It's just knowing when to move and when to, you know, and not just saying all together, fuck it, I don't need them. Because you're coming off as overly confident, all right? You're coming off as like maybe a show off or arrogant or something like that. But that's not the truth of what the situation is. Underneath all that, there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of rejection. There's some insecurity, instability, a lack of confidence, a deep sense of rejection. You're acting like you don't give a fuck, but really deep down we know you do. We know you do because you're longing for that connection because you have a lot to give. You have a lot of heart. What you want to give what you have to offer. Your intentions are pure. Your intentions are pure. You just haven't really had anybody come in and match that energy with you yet. But how are you going to experience that if you don't let people in at all, right? Okay, time to move on. Let's look at this. Let's do this fear. Damn, 35 minutes, bitch. I'll be taking a long time on these readings. That's okay. It gets so hot. I get sweaty as fuck when I do these readings, too. All right. What's the message for Virgo, please? You are only limited by your own beliefs, expectations, and self-imposed boundaries. Yep. The energy you need to release is the self-imposed limitations. The energy of feeling trapped, the energy of feeling victimized, feeling like you're stuck, like you can't open up to people. Like you're backed into a corner. And that's honestly, that's what this Knight of Wands in the reverse is. The acting big and bad, right? For me, I used to act arrogant. I was a cocky little bitch whenever I was in school, okay? I really was. Ugh. Sorry to anybody who knew me in high school and middle school. It was really just a front for the scared little animal that I was. Like, I was, you know how whenever you take a wild animal and you back them into a corner, they're going to fucking and hiss and fucking all their hair is going to stand up. They're going to make themselves look big, bad, and scary, and they're going to make a lot of noise, and they're just going to, because they feel threatened. So the whole thing is you're constantly looking for threats. You're constantly looking for threats. So you're feeling like you have to always have this puffed up type of energy because you're feeling like an animal that's at their wits' end, backed into a fucking corner. But that you can get out of that energy though. You just have to stop repeating the pattern and giving your power away to that subconscious program that tells you all people will hurt me, all people are dicks, I have to act this way because I have to do it to survive. Get out of the survival mindset, okay? Stop pushing your dreams aside while you wait for the perfect conditions. No more excuses. So there could be some element of procrastination here because, and you're acting like you don't care. You may, like you're not working towards like procrastination. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, okay? That could be definitely procrastination because you might feel like, what the fuck is the point? Like, you feel like whatever this is not going to be good enough, or you're not going to grow, or you're paralyzed by fear, right? You feel like it's hopeless. Like there's no point. Like there's no point in trying to work towards this for some of you here, And you're making excuses when in reality you have a lot of creative, beautiful, loving energy that you want to put out there. But you might feel threatened by someone else's creations, okay? Because you see that they might be, I'm not going down that road. Okay. Your actions are undermining your efforts for success. Recognize your destructive behavioral patterns and break the cycle. So some of you guys have some really big dreams, some really big goals, some really amazing manifestations that are coming in. But all of this fear and this hypervigilance here is, and even like coming off maybe like a little bit of a know-it-all in your field or something with work or something like that, or maybe coming off like I can do it all by myself, I don't need to work with nobody, I don't need to learn from nobody, I'm good on my motherfucking own, I can do this all by my motherfucking self. Like you might be sabotaging your efforts that you're putting towards success by not being open to working with other people. Okay, we're going to go with this one. This is the decoding your self-esteem, because I do see with the Empress in reverse here, this energy of you feel deficient at your core. Because I feel like I said, it's this black sheep syndrome. Like maybe you weren't nobody ever really recognized your worth, especially growing up, and now it's hard for you to believe in yourself. Emotional exposure makes you susceptible to judgment, loss, and rejection. Conversely, it opens the door to positive change, a risk worth taking. You really need to stop focusing on the opportunity or possibility that you're going to be judged, that you're going to lose out, that you're going to be rejected, and focus more on the positive things that can happen. So what? If somebody doesn't see your worth, if somebody doesn't appreciate you, or if someone says something that hurts you, like, you need to not take it so personal and remember that that's a reflection of them and their energy, right? Because you're shutting out all the opportunities for support, for new, beautiful, abundant new beginnings, and opportunities to open to your heart, and to open your heart and have peace and relief and stability, by completely shutting off your heart altogether. You're shutting it all out. It's like you don't want to feel anything. You've been so hurt, you're like, fuck it, I don't care about feeling good or bad. I don't want to feel any of it. At least subconsciously, that's the energy that I'm getting here. Don't give people the authority to take your power. Question their behavior and create long overdue change. What did I just say? I just said that when other people talk shit, when other people criticize you, more than likely they're doing that because that's the way that they feel about themselves. People will tell on themselves, I swear. People will tell on themselves. People will always project onto you the way that they feel about themselves, more than likely, like 99% of the time. Don't give your power away. Power, solar plexus, right? You're by allowing someone else to come in and change your energy, by allowing someone else's opinion of you, someone else's reaction to you, someone else, whether they reject or accept you or not, by allowing anything that they do, say, or how they react to you to change your energy and make you shrink yourself, make you, by allowing, you got to be unshakable. You got to have unshakable peace, unshakable self-confidence. By allowing someone to come in and allowing them to change your mood because of something they said, they did, or some opinion that they have of you, you're giving your power away to that person. Let me ask you this, Virgo. How much do you, after you have an encounter with someone that hurt you, or said something, or gave you a little bit of criticism, even if it's constructive criticism, how often do you replay that in your head over and over again? Right? Detail-oriented perfectionists, okay? How often do you replay that over in your head, over and over and over again? Where you place your attention is where you're placing your energy. When you're thinking about what someone else is thinking of you, when you're thinking about something that someone else said in the past and you got that shit on loop, you're undermining your efforts for success because you're giving your power away. You are disempowering yourself. Solar plexus chakra, you're disempowering yourself. You are, quite frankly, giving away your life force energy by consistently, obsessively thinking about it over and over and over again. One more. Because of a breakdown in communication, you are becoming emotionally unavailable. It's time to open up and explore your vulnerabilities. I think that you might take something that someone said the wrong fucking way, just because you're so hyper vigilant, okay? You don't want to be hurt again. Like, you might automatically assume that someone is trying to, like, attack you. You might take something as an attack when someone's not trying to be that way at all. They're not trying to attack you. You know what I mean? They might just have some sort of, like, beautiful piece of constructive criticism. They may compliment you and then give you a piece of constructive criticism right after that, but all you heard is a constructive criticism, so you take it the wrong way. It's a breakdown in communication, and then all of a sudden, boom, you shut down. You don't want to hear anything else they have to say, even if 98% of it was positive. You'd rather just say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If nobody is going to, 100% always agree with you all the time. You're going to have differences. Look at the Decoding Your Anxiety deck. It says, ditch the guilt of self-care and make yourself a priority. You deserve a little me time to reinvigorate your soul. Yeah, you might just need to, the energy that you need to embody the 8 of Cups, right? You might just need to separate yourself from everyone for a little bit and go into hermit mode, Virgo, right? That's you. That's your major arcana. To kind of see things clearly, okay? Just for a little bit, but not for too long, because I can see that that's something, that's an energy that you become all too comfortable with. Stop watching life from the sidelines. Step into uncertainty and create change. So you're creating and manifesting. You're creating your reality and manifesting from the known. And everything that you've known up until this point is pain and fear and anxiety. Okay? So you have to allow yourself, like what did I say with the children here? This 6 of Cups energy. It's an innocent energy. It's like an energy that hasn't been tarnished by pain and fear and expecting the worst. So it's like miracles and healing, the Star card. That's an energy that comes from the unknown. Okay? If you're fearing the unknown, you're never going to be able to have a miracle or manifest a miracle. Miracles aren't meant to be figured out, right? You've got to learn to step into the unknown and create from the unknown. And by doing that, that means you have to release and let go of everything that you know about life up until this point and have faith in something positive. Have faith in something better than the negativity and the pessimism and the rejection and the bullshit and the pain and all of that you've experienced up until this point. One more and then we're going to move on. Allow the universe to surprise you. Allow people to surprise you when you open your heart. Okay? Stop thinking about the worst. Pay attention to your body language. Nonverbal signals can highlight your emotional triggers. Okay, so even the way that you hold yourself when you walk down the street. There's an old version of you that's not going to serve anymore. Even once you start to address these, maybe, who knows, maybe you already have started to address these programs, okay? But that being said, you're going to notice how you might even, once you start redirecting and you're like, nope, cancel, clear, delete that negative thought. I'm not going to assume the worst. So I'm going to take a chance and open myself up so I can actually receive something beautiful here. You might realize that your body language is still basically exhibiting the people or dicks program, the fear and the anxiety. Like your body language might be putting off the old programs. Your body may not realize it yet. It's like your mind wants to open up, you want to move on from this, but your body may not have completely let go. And your body language, the way your body is doing, right? You might catch yourself with something that your body is doing, how your body is reacting to energies. And that might give you the signal that you are trying to puff yourself up, that you are trying to dissociate, that you are trying to put up a wall, right? Or put on a mask of toughness. Do you puff your shoulders out? Do you puff your chest out? You know what I'm saying? Do you stand a bunch taller? Do you know, that kind of thing. Do you turn up your nose a little bit? Pay attention to your body. All right, we're going to get one from this Triggers Oracle. If it doesn't come out this go around, then we ain't pulling from it. There they come. Okay. When I'm not confident with who I am, I will act in superficial ways. And that's exactly what I said. When you feel insufficient or deficient in one area, you're going to puff up the other. So your divine feminine energy, you don't feel safe to receive love. You don't feel safe to be in your divine feminine energy. So what happens is you puff up the divine masculine. And you've got a little bit too much of the divine masculine, or excuse me, it's not even divine. You have too much of the distorted masculine energy here. Okay, that's a distorted masculine energy. You're going too much into that because you don't feel confident and you don't feel safe in your divine feminine energy to receive. You may not even trust your own intuition. I'm just going to be honest, because the divine feminine energy is the intuitive energy. It is the ability to be emotionally stable and feel safe enough to receive love. And you may not even be able to receive messages from your intuition properly because your ego and the fear is clouding everything so much that it's causing your intuition to be clouded as well. Okay, so keep in mind, especially if you're doing any type of spiritual work, you need your heart open. You cannot be in this Knight of Wands in the reverse energy, because then your ego is going to get confused with your intuition, and then it's just going to be it's not going to be good. If you have Pisces in your chart, check that out. Pisces had a lot to do with ego and intuition. When my feelings of shame surface, I will avoid everyone close to me. Yeah, because you don't feel good enough. You feel like you're deficient somehow. And you shouldn't. There's really no reason to. right? There's really no reason to. It's an illusion. When I'm disconnected physically or emotionally from my partner, I begin to feel scared and lack confidence. Yeah, and that disconnection, you lacking confidence because you're feeling like you lacking confidence because you're feeling like you're not getting your fix of your own, like your self-esteem comes from getting a fix from whatever they're giving you on the outside. So when you're not getting that, you start to feel like shit, right? And then you start to feel scared. And then what happens when you feel undervalued? I says, when I feel undervalued, I will treat my partner the same way. So the Empress is a kind, in the upright, the Empress is a kind and understanding and nurturing and loving type of energy. And whenever it's in the reverse, it can be someone who can come off as mean, who can pull back their love, Did you ever have, I'm going to ask you this, Virgo, did you have parents that made you feel like you had to earn their love and their affection? Okay? Did you have them feel like did you have parents where like when you made a mistake, they pulled back their love and affection? Because you might be mirroring that in your relationships if you're doing something like that. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right, another little shadow work oracle. Let's see what we got here. It's like, if you're not going to show up for me emotionally, then fuck you. I'm not going to do the same thing. It says egocentric. Not everyone shares the same perspective as you. Listen to others. You may learn something new. Yeah, so I feel like your ego is triggered by some sort of opinion that someone shared with you or constructive criticism or something like that, and it really wounded your ego, and you just wanted to fuck it, I'm just going to cut this person off or block them. You know what I mean? Like, pay attention to like something simple like on the internet. It really shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? But like if somebody has a different perspective than you and they're in the comment section and they're like saying how they feel or whatever else, and if you feel so triggered because they disagree with you and they come on there and they're like, actually, da-da-da-da-da. If you can't just sit there and not reply and you can't just, okay, well, I'll let them be where they're at. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. And you feel like you have to block them or you feel like you have to tell them how they fucked up and how they're wrong and this, then you might be in that egocentric type of energy. Like, just let people have their, opinions. It says possessive. You're clinging on to someone or something way too tightly. Learn to let go. Love has no ownership. Everyone has free will. I think you're clinging on to a need to be perceived a certain way. It says shame. You are not flawed. You are so worthy of love and belonging. Forgive yourself for not giving yourself enough self-love. Yes. So this is an energy, the Empress is an energy of self-love. So I feel like some of you here, you were shamed for just being a kid. You were shamed for just being a kid. Nothing wrong with being a kid. A kid is supposed to be a kid. For being emotionally vulnerable. So you might dissociate or cut yourself off from people because of the need to feel shame. You might take things as a personal attack. Right? When someone thinks differently than you. Proceed with caution, okay? So Spirit's giving you a warning. Word of wisdom, okay? So this is about not looking so much at the wounds and not taking offense to everything and then just extracting the wisdom. Taking something that someone says with a grain of salt. Virgo, please. I don't know, that one almost came out, but okay, there we go. Limitless. Yeah, you got to get out of these limitations. Okay? You need to proceed with caution because I feel like you're going to miss out on this opportunity that you have coming in. That's an opportunity for something that you've been manifesting because of this negativity. Negativity at the bottom of the deck. Because of these programs, these negative thoughts, these negative thought patterns. The anxiety, these programs, these mental programs that you're running subconsciously. People are dicks. People always hurt me. I can't open up. I can't allow my heart to be open because I fear shame. I feel like they're not gonna accept me. Okay, those are limitations. You're limiting your success. Not everyone is going to appreciate or accept you. By the way, this is the Straight No Chaser deck. I got this off of Etsy. This is like a really cut, blunt, and dry deck, and this deck tells it like it is. So if you don't want your feelings hurt, you might want to click off now. Your insecurities are pushing them away. Your insecurities, I feel like, are pushing away opportunities for you. I feel like you're at risk for losing an opportunity for love. And it's like you might come off as, you know, you don't think you're coming off as insecure, though. I don't even think you think you're insecure. But if you're in this Knight of Wands energy in the reverse, which is the arrogant, reckless, or like... See, okay, Knight of Wands in the reverse can also be hyperactive energy. And whenever I was really, really anxious, my energy was like... Blah, 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 I was all over the place. And you might be coming off like that, too. And it's you're overcompensating for the insecurities that you feel on the inside when you're doing that. So you might actually push away an opportunity for love. You might actually push away an opportunity for business or whatever this is. Some opportunity is going to be pushed away because of that if you're not careful. You talk too much, so no one trusts you. Okay, so this could also be an energy here of the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Is like they have a lot of talk. They're really loud. They're a show off. I'm not saying you are these things. I'm just saying you got to take it how it resonates for you. They promise a lot, but they don't come through. They don't follow through with what they said they were going to do. Someone who truly has a lot of self-esteem, right, and has authentic self-confidence doesn't have to talk about themselves. They don't have to talk themselves up. So if you're over here talking about your abilities, talking about what you can do, talking yourself up, all of that stuff, people are going to see that they are not going to be able to trust you because you're not solid within yourself. Because people that are solid within their self, they don't have to talk about that shit. They don't have to say that they are what they are. Their energy speaks for themselves. Okay, your sarcastic mouth is going to get you in trouble. So sometimes you guys might push people away or create that boundary with your sarcasm. It says you drain people with your neediness. And it says the way you talk to people is so disrespectful. I feel like this is negativity regarding you saying that you don't need people. Okay? That's what I think that is. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and pull from the mood crystals. Now, others of you with this, like, you drain people with your neediness, this could be like, all right, I had a friend one time that would always, oh my God, it's like she would fish for compliments all the time, and she built her self-esteem off of the compliments. Or she would talk about herself and be like, I'm so fine, this and this and that, like, I'm this, I'm that. And it's like she would sit there and she would just go on and on and on and on and on and on about herself, and then like want me to agree with her. And if I didn't agree with her, you could tell like she got all butt hurt. That's what this energy is. That's what this energy is. So if you're in that energy, you need to understand that it's draining people. It felt draining to me. It felt draining to me that this person did that. I used to be that way. Shit. I mean, I'm not judging you for it, but I used to be that way. And it was very draining. It was very draining for me because I always felt like I had to prop her up with compliments. Like I had to give her her fix for her self-esteem, or it just wasn't, it didn't work well. Okay. 2, 3. All right. What crystals will help my beautiful Virgos? We have discouraged. Discouraged. Intuitive emotions, right? It says this is an intuitive emotion. So your intuition might be blocked right now, or it might be on its way to being blocked, or limited at least with these programs that are running. Okay, because if you're going to shut your heart off completely, I mean, your heart will always tell you the truth, you know. Okay, discouraged. Discouragement halts progress. It is like the wind being taken out of our sails. The experience is quite the dampener on the spirit, and when we fall short of what we anticipated, we are left feeling uncertain. Discouragement elicits self-doubt to creep in and causes us to question whether we were on the right path to begin with. Okay, pictured here is wolfenite. I've never fucking heard of this before. And it says the crystals that'll help with this energy is wolfenite. It shields you from outside influences that affect your confidence. When you're feeling down or out, this stone will lend the self-assurance you need to take action and climb the ladder again. Self-assurance. We were just talking about that. Tiger's eye. It's good for the solar plexus. Tiger's eye carries a stimulating energy that encapsulates the animalistic and determined nature of a tiger, giving you the courage to go after what you desire with your full personal power. And we have Faden Quartz. Faden Quartz mends emotional aspects shattered due to disappointment. It stimulates you to grow in new directions following discouragement, teaching you perseverance. Perfect. And then selenite. Selenite has the power of a forceful wind to clear the channels of the mind. It sweeps away discouraging thoughts to put an end to doubt or anxiety. This stone's wild nature brings fresh, optimistic feelings of ambition. More crystals to try are onyx, carnelian, and amazonite. Powerful stone combinations are tiger's eye and selenite, and wolfenite and faden or faden quartz. So, beautiful energy here, Virgo. I hope this helped you. If you benefited from this reading, please don't hesitate to share this reading with someone else who you think would benefit from it as well. Definitely hit that like button or leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this reading, if it helped you at all, if you're open to sharing. Also, hit that subscribe button if you want to know when I post videos in the future. Check out my playlist for your sign or other signs, your sun, moon, rising, Venus, whatever. And definitely hit subscribe if you want to know when I go live to do my free reading lives, okay? I do go live on YouTube about once a week to do free tarot readings for people. If you want to come drop by in the chat and drop your question, I would be more than happy to answer your question for you, all right? Happy healing, many blessings. Until next time. Bye.